41 million views worldwide watched Canelo versus Terence Crawford. And let me counterpunch. Netflix, that move to Netflix was a very smart move. You can say what you want about Jake Paul. He opened that can of worms. Because I know DAZN, because that's what's going to become the competitor to DAZN. And if Al Heyman was smart, which he won't be, I'm going to say that. I'm going to be I'm going to be confident enough to say that. He would go to Netflix, but he won't. He'll go to Amazon Prime because he wants the pay-per-view model like he's always had, right? But DAZN was supposed to be the Netflix of sports, which they couldn't, because ironically of Canelo, they couldn't seal that because Canelo wanted certain concessions. He wanted certain things as far as Mexico goes. So they didn't really abide by their model, right? So they're out. So instead of trying to be the sports flicks of Netflix, just use Netflix. So I think it was a good move. And saying this for more, you can't say or claim that Terence Crawford is not a draw. See, you're looking at a guy like I expected that was sold out so much, or burned rather, because people had everything to say about Terence Crawford. Like, look, he's boring. He can't sell. Remember, that was the reason why he couldn't fight Errol Spence, right? That was one of the reasons. They were like, oh, he can't sell out a stadium. He can't do this. He can't do that. Bro, with 41 million worldwide, with a platform as big as Netflix, probably the biggest platform besides YouTube, right? Or Facebook, it's like, what do you do? What do you really do? You know what I mean? Like, what can you really say about Terence Crawford now? Give him his flowers. Sure, it was with Canelo. Sure, Canelo is a big draw, but at the same time, now everyone knows about Terence Crawford, if you didn't know. Not only is he the best fighter in the world, he's also one of the most seen fighters recently. You know what I mean? And the fight was entertaining. Was it the best fight of the night? No, but it was probably the most important because you had a lot of good fights that night. I mean, a lot of dynamite fights. You had with Boachuk and his opponent. The Boachuk fight was great. The Martinez versus Billy fight was awesome. You know what I mean? So you had some good fights. You had some competitive fights on the card, but you got to see all of them on Netflix. You see what I'm saying? So Netflix provided a good show, and then Netflix was able, I'm really proud of them, because they were able to tweak those technical difficulties they had on the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, because that was absolute trash, because it just kept loading and buffering because people, they couldn't handle the volume of people watching it at the same time. So a lot of servers crashed, but they fixed that right away, and I didn't see a problem. Matter of fact, I didn't even really think about that as I was watching it until after, like, man, you know what? This is an improvement. But 41 million people worldwide watched this fight. That is fantastic. You know what I mean? That is off the chain. So again, the fight card was a success. Netflix is in business for sports, so look out other platforms. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunched. Peace!